York-based startup StandardBots has raised $200 million in a new round of funding to scale its AI-powered robots. Now, as the company tracks to secure 10%, actually, of all robots deployed in the United States, its CEO is actively advising Congress on banning Chinese competitors over national security risks. We can talk it all now with StandardBots co-founder, CEO, Evan Beard. Congratulations on the raise. Let's start there. Series C, $1 billion valuation. What do you need the $200 million for?
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me back. So we're using this funding to quadruple our manufacturing footprint. We've got a huge backlog of demand. We're growing very quickly, and to also invest in more R&D.
So it's going to be in Long Island, I understand. How much sort of square footage, what sort of talent and R&D hardware do you need?
Yeah, so we have an engineering office in New York City, and our manufacturing space is 70,000 square feet. It's about an hour outside New York City, but we think this is the best city on earth, the best place to build a robotics business. And StandardBots now, we believe, is America's largest AI-native industrial robot manufacturer. And we're just getting started.
And by stealth, almost. I mean, how many do you already have deployed? How many are out there in the wild? What makes you such a significant force in robotics already?
Yeah, well, I could say we have, basically in every state, we have small and medium businesses using our robot, and we have iconic companies in aerospace, automotive, oil and gas, data centers. So really, we're working with the full gambit of folks that use robots. My favorite customer makes parts for the Long Island Railroad, and the reason I like that...
Shouldn't pick favorite children.
Yeah, they were our first customer, still a customer after a few years, and it's really emblematic of everyone uses our robot, which is they're making the things that make America, whether it's the infrastructure or the products that we use.
So the railroad, are they kind of playing at using robots and understanding how they're going to work with them in the future? Are they really giving an awful lot of hard-duty work to these humanoids? Are they able, or arms that you make, are they able to hire less, for example?
Yeah, it's a good question, and investors ask that, but 85% of our robots are doing production work. So these are not pilots, these are not just testing things out. They're actually doing a job, and we think of robots as the power tool of the 21st century. So they really enable a worker to do much more work before. They improve the efficiency of our country and our workforce. And Caroline, the problem that we see and what we said to Congress was the United States right now is not competitive in manufacturing. If you look at the United States against China and other countries, it can be 5 to 10x cheaper to make your parts in those countries. And so we think robots are this foundational technology that we as a country need to be more competitive, to be able to compete, and to ultimately bring back jobs and bring back our manufacturing base.
Foundational technology. Now, you need the models to be able to drive these robots. I'm interested as to what you've done. I mean, many would say, NVIDIA in particular, saying that we're not quite there yet with physical AI. We're going to have this ChatGPT moment. But how are you seeing these models evolving, or indeed your robots able to change and diversify?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a reason why the US can take a lead in robotics right now. And the answer there is we're focused on training robots through demonstrations. So you show them what to do. We have a handheld device for that, and you can just perform the task, and you don't have to be an expert. And what it allows us to do is take an average assembly worker, a manufacturing worker, and they can now program a robot and train an AI model. And this allows the robots to handle variability that they couldn't before. It allows them to do jobs that you just couldn't automate before, because today's robots, most people don't know, they really just replay motions. You program them millimeter by millimeter, and they can play through and paint and weld that way, but they're so limiting. And so this is a fundamental change in what's possible and what you can automate with your robots.
And so, Evan, many would say, well, you're getting people to train their replacements. How are those that are working at the railroad feeling about helping train these robots? What do you see as the future of manufacturing workforce?
It's a fair question. It's one we think about a lot. And my favorite anecdote in this regard is really from Milton Friedman. And he visited a job site in the 70s, and he asked, why aren't they using earth moving equipment? It was in a developing country, and they were digging with shovels. And they said, well, this is the jobs project. So if we gave them shovels, if we gave them earth moving equipment, it would create way fewer jobs. And he said, well, why don't you just give them spoons? And the point that Milton was making was you earn the right to create high-paying jobs by creating something of economic value. And I think the United States in this next transition wants to be on the right side of that. And we want to use the tools, which are in the physical world, it's robots. And we really view them as this power tool, like a drill for workers to be more efficient and be able to do more. And we want to be on the right side of that.